When the lights get turned back on again. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So when the lights get turned back on again, this is when you're healing or you've healed. As you can take a look behind me, the lights are certainly on behind me. You see, I've reached the mountaintop, the pinnacle of indifference, and you have also, or you will, when you stay on the course. You continue to focus on yourself. You continue to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And you continue to realize that the narcissist didn't want the lights coming back on for you. They don't want the lights coming back on for anybody. What the narcissist wants is they want to keep people trapped, stuck, if you will, in that low vibrational quagmire state. This is where they thrive. This is where they have an insurmountable advantage. This is when somebody, which possibly was you, it definitely was me, was placed in the trauma bond and didn't even know that the person that I fell in love with was an abuser. I had no idea. Now I do know. And you are figuring that out as well. But you see, when you're trapped in that narcissistic fog, the devaluation stage, the trauma bond, the lights are turned off. Now, this isn't meant to trigger you or upset you. It's reality. Reality is once you heal and you get away from these people, you understand that, yeah, you were in a very dark place, as was I. But fast forward to when you do heal. And if this is you, drop comments below. If it's not you, you need to continue to watch the video. When you understand that where you were is not where you are, and that where you are is such a better place when you've removed the narcissist from your life, that speaks volumes to you, to your character, to your perseverance, to you focusing on yourself, and to you eventually blocking that person and realizing that, yeah, you are the priority. You do come first, second, and third. Now, to get from point A to point B, there will be many dark days. There will be sleepless nights. You will lose weight. You will gain weight. My personal experience was there were times when I couldn't turn the light switch on. I did not want at all to face the consequences, to face the music, to face the reality, if you will, that I had a long road in front of me. Well, what did I do? I put myself back together. And for those of you old schoolers here on the channel who perhaps have been with me since 2021, March 31st, 2021, to be exact, that's when I first created the channel. I'm coming up on a 5-year anniversary. Very big milestone for me and for you. You'll notice the shirt I'm wearing. It's not just because St. Patrick's Day is in a day or two. It's because I am an abundant person. And this is a similar shirt to the old shirts I used to wear in the videos I created in a very challenging period of my life back in 2021 and 2022. I've dusted off my old Kelly Green shirt. And here I am wearing it now in the beginning of spring in 2026, getting ready to commemorate the 5-year anniversary. But notice behind me, it's all lush, it's all green. The light is turned back on within me, and it should be turned on within you very soon, as long as you understand that what happened in the past happened. You can't change the past. You can't save the narcissist. You can't undo the toxicity that was dumped into you. You can't unsee what you've seen. You can't unhear what you've heard. And you can't unexperience what you experienced. That's why this is the relationship you need to heal from. And I've done just that. I've put myself back together against all odds, against a pandemic, left for dead, crumbled up like a sheet of paper, thrown away, if you will, discarded. If that is your experience or something similar, you need to understand that I was where you are or where you were. I'm not where I was. I am now in an abundant mindset. You see, the light's been turned on. It's not a coincidence that over the years I've shared with you that when you get certain breakthroughs on the healing path, they're called light bulb moments. I don't call them aha moments. I don't call them the epiphany. I call them light bulb moments for a reason, because that's when the light is being activated within you. Now, the light being activated within you can only be activated by you, for you, and to benefit you, which is why you're watching videos. It's why you are stronger than you know. It's why you are understanding all about narcissism, toxicity, empathy, mindset, mannerisms, abundance, growth, fulfillment, promise, direction, purpose, and more. You see, when you were tethered to the narcissist, you were the unpaid helper. You were the walking apology, the sounding board, the cook, the cleaner, the chauffeur, the errand person. You did everything you could, giving of yourself to a fault. And you were being burnt out. I've shared this in so many videos over the years. It was an energetic exchange with you and the narcissist. They stole everything good in you, and they dumped all their toxicity into you. It's an energetic exchange, which is why when you're with these people, the narcissists, whether it's for 10 minutes, an hour, a day, a week, a month, 20 years, there's a big price to pay for encountering these people. A huge price to pay, if you will, That's why this is the relationship you need to heal from. Now, having said all those things, when the light gets turned on again, this is when you will enter the third version of you. Now, those old school people have been with me on the channel for 5 years. You understand that I've been mentioning, preaching, if you will, and I have created this idea, this mindset of 3 versions of you, and I will share it with you right now. There are 3 versions of you, if you've made it this far in the video, and this is a fact. Number 1, the version of you who you were before you met the narcissist. You were a clean slate. You were uneducated on toxicity, on narcissism. You were vulnerable. You were naive. So you were ripe for the picking on the to be targeted by the narcissist. The second version of you is who you became when you were in the narcissistic relationship. That's the person who was trapped. That's when your light was not turned on. That's when you were trapped in that dungeon-like, trance-like, horror-like state, the narcissistic fog. The third version of you is the version of you that the narcissist never wanted you to discover within yourself, which is the strongest, most galvanized version of you known to humankind. That's where I am, and that's where you will be if you continue to focus on yourself. Because the narcissist, you must remember, if they had your best interest at heart and they didn't, you and I wouldn't be meeting. You wouldn't be watching videos. I wouldn't be creating them. But that's not reality. Reality is I create them every day. You are watching them every day. If you're getting your cup full and you're understanding that the narcissist never cared about you. They didn't love you. They don't love you. They love nobody, and they wanted you trapped in the darkness. Think about all the rumination you went through on the healing path. How much time you were spending ruminating. You couldn't sleep. You couldn't work. You didn't exercise. You didn't want to eat. You didn't want to talk to people. Well, that's a clear indication that the relationship you were in was toxic. You had never probably even experienced rumination before. I can almost assure you, you didn't even know how to spell the word. Maybe now you don't, and I got you to look it up. Look it up. It's a good thing that you're getting the wisdom. But having said that, most likely if you've healed, you're not ruminating any longer. Am I ruminating? Absolutely not. It doesn't happen. That went out the window with the bathwater, which was pitch black, of the narcissistic relationship once I healed. When I say bathwater, that is not a kind reference, by the way. I am letting you know that I left the past in the past. I've healed from it. I don't dwell on the past. I have created a path to get you free from toxicity. I did it against all odds during the pandemic. I was left for dead. I was isolated. $18,000 in credit card debt and more. I could go on and on and on. But what I'm sharing with you is when the light goes on within you, like it is within me, you need to keep it turned on. You need to keep it activated. You can't let anybody attempt to either verbally abuse you, snuff out your light, have you doubt yourself, blame you, or experience any toxicity. When you understand that you're built completely different than almost everybody on the planet because you have a high level of empathy, and that you were trapped, you were tricked, you were manipulated, and you could never, ever, ever see your way out of that until that relationship ended. But now that you can see your way out of it, you're totally different. When you wrap your head around that, you will realize that no wonder so few people can understand what you're talking about. No wonder nobody knows what you went through. No wonder most people who you're communicating with or you were when you were healing would say, what's the big deal? It's been a year. Move on. Just get out. Start dating. Who cares? Well, it's not that easy. Now you know it isn't. That's why the healing path is not linear. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. But in your time, you will heal when you utilize the tools that I provide for you with each and every video and from all the amazing comments all over the world. You see, at one point, we all were what is known as the new supply. We are not supply. We are beautiful, bright, shining lights. We are abundant. We are full of positive energy. We're full of direction. We're full of opportunities. We are full of fulfillment, growth. What we want to do is improve this planet. We don't want to take away from it. We want to build. We want to create. We want to have the freedom to be ourselves and express ourselves, which is another thing you couldn't do when you're in the relationship with the narcissist. You weren't being heard. You were being led to slaughter. You were being led to a place which is called Destructionsville. A little graphic with that last term, but I can say it because I was in the relationship as well. You see, the narcissist wanted to paint such a doom and gloom picture of you, your health, your money, your mindset, your reality, what you wouldn't do, what you should have done, what you could have done. They wanted you never believing in yourself. They wanted you doubting yourself so you would stay stuck in that low vibrational, dark place, the dungeon, the cellar of manipulation, the underworld of horrors, if you will. Graphic but true. Once you get out, once you get a whiff or a scent or a little glimmer of the light at the end of the tunnel, like once you realize that everything you've ever wanted is within you, when you realize that, you can do whatever you want. But to get to where you're going, you're going to have to eventually go no contact. You're gonna have to turn the lights on. Meaning, with your energy, you're gonna have to put a stop to sending the narcissist money. You're gonna have to put a stop to spying on their social media. You're gonna have to have a stop to keeping them on your phone and not blocking them. You're gonna have to stop using their name. You're gonna have to throw away all of the garbage and the nonsense they gave you. I'm talking about a coffee mug or a baseball cap that they regifted that they found at a thrift shop from 20 years ago, then it's worthless. It's not vintage. It's not worth a whole bunch of money. It's worth nothing. You're going to have to cut the ties, the four ties, the emotional, the financial, the physical, and the spiritual ties with this person. And to do that, it will test you. It will test you to your core. But once you get the light activated within you, you will see things the way I see them. And so many thousands, and I mean thousands, probably hundreds of thousands or even millions of people over the years have reached that pinnacle, that mountaintop of indifference, because they took all their energy that was going out to a bottomless pit. It was going into a void, i.e. the narcissist, and they placed it back into themselves. When they did that, yeah, did it sting? Yes. Did it hurt? Yes. Were they unaccustomed to that? Yes. Did they have to break the ties and break the trauma bond and heal childhood wounds and journal and meditate and watch videos and see a therapist perhaps who knows what they're talking about? Yeah, they had to do all those things. But when they did it, then they realized the rumination went away, their health returned, their finances returned, their friendships that weren't destroyed by the narcissist with people who are not communicating with the narcissist could be rebuilt. This is when they reach the pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference. This is when they can take a class, teach a class, read a book, write a book, travel the world, falls in love again, do whatever they want to do. That's where I am. That's where you will be. So before I close the video, take a good look. If you see me right now and you look at my first video, Glad You Made It, and I created a playlist on that, you should really take a look at it. The inaugural, the origin of my channel, the very first video ever was made, I believe, on a Thursday night, March 31st, 2021. I know for a fact it was about 10 o'clock at night. And I created that video, Glad You Made It. And then I've created it in 2022, 3, 4, 5, and I'll create it in another 14 days or 17 days or 16 days, whatever it is. This will be my sixth time creating that video. Now, you should know what the number 6 means on this channel. You getting it? You're getting it. Good work. 6 is this. It's the sixth sense of the narcissist, the predator instinct that they have, the killer instinct that they have. That's the same sixth sense, although the definition is different for you and myself. We are not a predator. We don't have a killer instinct. What we have is empathy. But when that sixth sense gets activated within you like it has within me, that's when you put boundaries up. That's when you realize the past is just that. It's the past. And that you are now activated with the light. The light is now shining not only in you and around you, but everything you touch, every word you use meticulously. You pick out your words. You choose your words wisely. Everything you do is with purpose. You see, you're not drifting around in a cellar of abuse. You're not staying in a low vibrational quagmire state of toxicity, not knowing how to get out. You're out. When you're out, you stay out. And then that's why when the light gets turned back on again, you will experience things, whereas in the past you thought there were coincidences. There's no such thing as a coincidence on this planet. You were going to meet the narcissist one way or the other. Maybe not that specific one, but a different one. Point being is you met one, and now you have to heal. And now you have to realize that there is so much light within you. It needs to be activated the way mine was activated. Now you have to understand one more thing, and I'm going to close the video. We are all, I mean all of us, on the healing path. We are all headed in the same direction, simply taking different footsteps. You may be a mile in front of me, maybe you're 10 miles behind me, it doesn't matter. You need to keep moving forward. You need to believe in yourself the way I believe in you. And you need to understand that there will be challenges, there will be pitfalls, there will be triggers, there may be some more rumination along the way, but eventually you will be where I've been talking about for years, that mountaintop. When you get there, you stay there. That's why once the light returns within you, you need to make sure it stays on. It is never dimmed, not even for one moment. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the rainy Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. And a couple things. 1, I love this green shirt. Number 2, I think it's my favorite color. Number 3, it's not a coincidence that I'm here with the beautiful Carolina background, and it is raining here in the spring of 2026. About 2 weeks-ish before I create my 6th video of Glad You Made It. And I'm loving life. This is where I should be. It's where I'm meant to be. Where you should be and where you're meant to be is as far away from the narcissist as possible. If you haven't blocked them yet, what are you waiting for? Take action. Close the chapter of the book on the narcissist and activate your light. Turn it back on. Don't allow the narcissist or any toxic person ever again to have you doubt yourself, to have someone blame you or throw a rage fit or verbally abuse you or guilt you or anything. Those days are over. And when they're over, they're over. I love you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye. The rain's really coming down. Oh, my God.